From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Sunday, October 4th, 2015. Silver is trading at $15.26 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,138 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $241. Antiwar.com reports the Pentagon promised an investigation on Saturday after it was revealed that an AC-130 warplane carried out sustained fire against a Doctors Without Borders-run hospital on the outskirts of the Taliban-held city of Kunduz, killing 19, including 12 staffers and 3 children. The hospital was already overwhelmed by the huge number of casualties from the past week of fighting over Kunduz, which the Taliban seized on Monday. Doctors Without Borders is demanding clarification on what happened, noting they contacted the U.S. after the first strike near the hospital to warn them it was so close, and sustained attacks against the hospital continued for over 30 minutes after that. The U.S. Embassy in Kabul expressed condolences but did not apologize for the attack, while both the UN mission to Afghanistan and the Red Cross condemned the strikes, saying it was unacceptable to undermine humanitarian organizations in the war zone. Though Doctors Without Borders reported 19 dead and 37 injured as a preliminary toll, they added that 30 other people were unaccounted for, meaning the tolls will almost certainly rise in the hours to come. This is not the first time the U.S. has come under fire for its actions against hospitals in Afghanistan, though it is by far the biggest such incident. Back in 2009, there were a pair of incidents, including one in which U.S. ground troops attacked a hospital, forcing their way in and tying up the staff before smashing up the place. That hospital was run by the charity group the Swedish Committee for Afghanistan. For over 35 years, Roberts & Roberts has been a trusted source for buying and selling your investment-grade precious metals. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and permanently removed the minimum purchase order for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on investing and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 850-478-5270 or online at rrbi.co. UPI reports many of Illinois' medical cannabis cultivation centers are harvesting their first medicinal cannabis crops this weekend. The 75,000-square-foot cultivation center in Barry, Illinois, the biggest in the state, is already preparing its first shipment to patients. The center is one of 2 owned and managed by Revolution Enterprises. The state's medical cannabis law took effect on January 1st, 2014, making Illinois the 20th state to approve the use of cannabis for specific medical conditions. Medical cannabis products will soon be available in dispensaries around the state. Tim McGraw, CEO of Revolution Enterprises, said the new industry will be a boon to the economy and to patients who need relief. The list of conditions approved for medical cannabis include debilitating conditions and diseases like cancer and AIDS, but does not include chronic pain or post-traumatic stress disorder, something McGraw hopes will soon change. On Wednesday, politicians and veterans met in Barry to discuss the possibility of adding PTSD to the list of approved conditions. You can support FPP Radio by joining the Fans program. Fans are friends, allies, and numerous supporters. Fans help FPP afford to produce more original content. You can join the Fans program for as little as $3 per month or any amount of Bitcoin per month, thanks to the recurring payment options provided by Coinbase. To learn more or to join the Fans program, visit fans.fppradio.com. That's fans.fppradio.com. Reuters reports as Germany celebrated 25 years since reunification on Saturday, President Joachim Gauck said Europe's refugee crisis posed a greater challenge to the country than the welding together of Western Germany and the former communist East. Gauck, a former Lutheran pastor from East Germany who played a prominent role in the peaceful protests that led to the fall of the Berlin Wall in 1989, said the two halves of the country had become one over the past quarter of a century. Back then, West Germans cheered and clapped their Eastern peers as they crossed the border that had separated them for decades. Gauck, who has a largely ceremonial role but is considered a moral authority for the nation, warned that integrating refugees with different religions and cultures would be much rougher than uniting Germans who shared the same language, national culture, and history even during their separation. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.